Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and many thanks indeed for coming here today. I have to say this is a massively global and spectacular show, to say the least. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say, as much as it's an unexpected pleasure to be speaking to you today, and having the chance to honour Dr. Padmesh Gupta for his contribution to the literary world as an author, particularly for his gift of bringing creative opportunity and knowledge globally to many through both the Hindi and English languages. Dr. Gupta is a VIP for two reasons. First, he's a very important person for his achievements with Oxford Business College as Managing Director, but also he's a very important poet. That makes him a double VIP. He has the ability to observe some of the smallest things in life and turn them into the most important issues through his poetry and his skillful and passionate use of words. That flow from his observations to become meaningful poems resonate with everyday life. He observes incidents every day, and one of his best-known poems is about the fall of the Berlin Wall. He said at the time, "My poetry also touches on simpler life and minor incidents which I pick up on." This was after visiting a friend's house in Birmingham and seeing a small stone that had fallen from the wall. A small stone that through his poetry he documented his passion and a moment that went down in history. Today we are here to celebrate his new book, Dead End, a powerful and emotional selection of short stories by our wonderful, renowned, award-winning Hindi poet and author, Dr. Padmesh Gupta. His talent as a writer captures the desire and passion of everyday relationships in India through these stories. His love of literature and these simple observations of day-in life help the reader of this English version to understand the culture and traditions that bring people together or push them apart, keeping the reader guessing until the outcome at the end. That is a skill. Dr. Gupta also champions the power of literature and has been writing poetry for over 30 years now. As you know, he grew up in Lucknow, where his father, poet himself, served as mayor on 3 occasions. When he received one of India's highest honours for his contribution to literary, he said, "The power of Indian language, poetry, brings culture and literature to people who do not speak English, and it reaches the masses in India, helping them understand the value of literature and the traditions of the country." Dr. Gupta, congratulations on this achievement with your latest book. Long may you continue with the wonderful work that you're doing. And thank you very much indeed for all your encouragement you give to everyone you meet.
We are getting professionals at this. Okay, so before I invite our next esteemed guest, I will read another small extract from the story Acceptance. My friend Hafiz is a Muslim and I am Hindu. So why did his mother send gifts to me on Diwali? Why were there ladoos sold outside Hindu temples and were his favorite? And why did he tie the Rakhi to Manisha in school? I had so many questions, but none of the elders had the answers. And I understood that time alone will answer my questions. Not mummy, not daddy, not auntie, nor my grandmother. So now, can I please ask Mr. Paul Gustafsson, a famous children's author, to join us up here.
That's wonderful. Hello, can you hear me? Oh, great. First of all, lovely to see everybody here this afternoon. It's been a very exciting day. What can I say about Padmash Gupta? I met Padmash 4 years ago at a gathering in Oxford, and he did some reading from some poetry, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. And the moment Padmash began to talk, I knew here was a very intelligent man, a very caring man, a very considerate man, and I think we all realise just what a caring human being Padmash Gupta is. He cares about his students, he cares about his friends, many of which are here today. I've got a great affinity with Padmash and his love for literature. And when Padmash wrote to me and said, would you write a foreword for my new book, there was no hesitation whatsoever. He sent me the short stories. I read each and every one of the stories very carefully, and I thought, this is absolutely wonderful. They bring in all the three elements which I think are so important, which are the 3 E's, not the 3 R's, the 3 E's. They're enjoyable, they're entertaining, they're educational, and they cross boundaries. And I enjoyed each and every one of those stories. I'm sure the book will travel. I think it will travel. Those stories have got a very important message, and I'm sure they will be enjoyed by any Asian or English person wishing to learn more about Asian culture, Indian culture, politics, the way of living, and how those boundaries have been crossed. That I think is very important too. So, Padmash, we all honour you today. We honour you. You are a caring person, a kind person, and I'm honoured to have met you. I'm touched by this meeting today. I really am. It's very emotional for me, and I wish Padmash Gupta all the very best. Well done, Padmash. Well done.
Okay, and before we get to launch the book, a final extract from my favourite story, Women Love Only Once. I love food in the ducks. The name of the lake is Serpentine because it winds through High Park like a snake. But I don't like this name. A snake is venomous. And this lake is sweet. It's very sweet. It adds sweetness to the entire High Park. That's why when I get tired of dealing with customers at Marks and Spencer's in Oxford Street, all day long on my feet, and I pray for moments of peace, I come here before heading home. I love parks and rivers. Do you know, Ram? I often talk to these ducks. They've become my friends. I even feel excited to meet them on Sundays, and they me. It seems like if I don't show up, they'll remain hungry. But you're here too, Ram, even if it's just for a few days. You'll remain a beautiful chapter in my life. So let's all congratulate Dr. Gupta, who deserves all the success in the world, just for the same things that Paul Gustafson said, his generosity, his kindness, and the fantastic literacy vision that he has. Congratulations, Dr. Gupta, and we are all very, very honoured to be here with you on your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. I extend my sincere gratitude to London Book Fair for giving me this special opportunity of launching my book at such an established platform international platform. My sincere thanks to National Book Trust and Vani Prakashan Group for having me here. And sincere thanks to Mr. Arun Maheshwari and Aditi Maheshwari. This is my third publication with Vani Publishers. My previous two were poetry collections, and this one happens to be twin, Hindi and English. So now actually there are four. I feel that this event is a landmark event today. And landmark because I have never heard that any Hindi book has been released formally at this event. And I'm overwhelmed. And I'm overwhelmed not just because it happens to be my book, but it's Hindi literature which is getting recognition on this international forum. And I hope that this recognition paves a way forward for Hindi literature to, in the future, to receive more acknowledgement and recognition. Well, I hope, I'm sure, because we have visionaries and missionaries like Maheshwari. So thank you, Maheshwari, for giving this opportunity. It has been my honor and highly motivational recognition that Steve Hartley and Paul Gustafson has kindly agreed to write forward of this book. Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Paul, for endorsing my debut book in English with a collection of short stories, Dead End. My sincere thanks to Diana Manal for your meticulous proofreading and sharing your valuable suggestions on the book. I'm thankful to Didiksha, who is not here, who read through thoroughly both the Hindi version and English version and making sure in advising that there aren't any disparities between them. I believe, as we all believe, that we have one God and many religions. Similarly, I feel we have one literature with many languages. And each language possesses its own unique beauty, just like flowers having distinct colors and fragrance. What is literature? Literature, I feel, is the compilation of, it comprises of creative writing in different forms, such as poetry, novels, short stories, autobiographies, travelogues, essays, and so on. I am originally a poet, and all my thoughts and emotions choose to flow within the form of poetry. And I feel that all my short stories are like my long poems, because they all have been written in just one flow. My stories capture a range of emotions, including defeat, surrender, sacrifice, revolt, transparency, and also resilience in women of 21st century. The generation which has been torn between their family expectations and pursuit of their personal fulfillment and desires. My story is gone. It's about racial or skin color discrimination in a middle-class family of India, and the small girl carries that discrimination and ends with a racial discrimination in the UK in a high society. My story, Dead End, is a turmoil, is an inner turmoil of a man who, despite loving his family, cripples with feelings of inadequacy and failure. He finds him in the end nowhere. My story, Dilemma, is about a woman who is torn between two relationships, who loves two men at the same time. My story, Acceptance, dwells through an emotional journey of Hindu father and Hindu son, two generations, and emotionally impact or navigated, it's been navigated and impacted by by politics and extremism, which affects their relationship with their Muslim friends. With these words, I hope that my collection of stories, this book reaches out to the audience and which are born from my experience and observations. I thank all of you, my friends, family and fans traveling across the country and being here to support me. Your encouragement means a lot to me. With these words, I switch over to Hindi section. मैं लंदन बुक फेयर और नेशनल बुक ट्रस्ट वाणी प्रकाशन का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। उन्होंने आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंच पर मुझे यह जीवन का स्वर्णिम अवसर प्रदान किया है कि मैं अपनी कहानी संग्रह को यहाँ पर लोकार्पित करवा सकूँ। मेरा बहुत बहुत आभार और बहुत विशेष आभार उन लेखकों का, साहित्यकारों का, भारत के जो श्रेष्ठ नाम हैं। उन्होंने इस पुस्तक के फ्लैप पर अपना आशीर्वाद लिखकर प्रकाशन से पहले ही मुझे भारत में हिंदी की साहित्य मूलधारा में स्वीकृति दे दी है। और सबसे बड़ी स्वीकृति तो आज मुझे यहाँ सरप्राइज के रूप में मिली जब हिंदी की श्रेष्ठ रचनाकार अनामिका जी यहाँ पर प्रकट हुई और उन्होंने मुझे आशीर्वाद दिया। ऐसा प्रकट होना जीवन के सबसे बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है। लगता है कोई कहीं किसी तीसरे लोग से मुझे आशीर्वाद प्रदान हुआ हो अनामिका जी आपकी उपस्थिति से। और जिन लोगों के प्रति मुझे आभार करना है उसमें सचिदानंद जोशी जी हैं, ममता कालिया जी, अनिल शर्मा जोशी जी, तेजेंद्र शर्मा जी और संतोष चौबे जी जैसे रचनाकार जिन्होंने अपनी प्रतिक्रिया व्यक्त की प्रकाशन से पहले। और मेरा विशेष आभार दिव्या माथुर जी को, जो एक बहुत बड़ा नाम है जिस जगत में प्रवासी हिंदी लेखिका और साहित्यकार का, जिन्होंने इस पुस्तक की भूमिका लिखी है। मैं बहुत अधिक लंबा समय न लेते हुए कुछ दिलचस्प से वाक्य सुनाना चाहता हूँ जिनकी प्रेरणा से मेरी ये कहानियों की यात्रा शुरू हुई। मुझे जैसा मैंने कहा कि मुझे अपनी जो छोटी हिंदी की कहानियाँ हैं इस लंबी कविता के समान लगती हैं। और ऐसी बहुत सी कहानियों की जो थीम है जो मेरे जहन में शुरू हुई लेकिन उसने कहानी का रूप तो नहीं लिया, लेकिन वह कविता हो गई। तो मेरे लिए कहानी लिखना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, जैसे कविता लिखना मेरे लिए आसान है। फिर भी इस पुस्तक में 9 कहानियाँ हैं और 99 पृष्ठ हैं। और यह पुस्तक मैंने समर्पित की है ब्रिटेन में हिंदी शिक्षण की प्रणेता सुरेखा चोपड़ा जी को। और मुझे मेरा सौभाग्य है कि सुरेखा जी यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं। और उसके 2 कारण हैं सुरेखा जी को यह समर्पित करने के लिए। पहला तो ये कि मैं उनका जो समर्पण है, उनकी निष्ठा है हिंदी के शिक्षण को लेकर, उसका मैं बहुत कायल हूँ और उसका मैं बहुत सम्मान करता हूँ। और दूसरा, इस पुस्तक में उन्हें समर्पित करते हुए मैं यह संदेश देना चाहता था हिंदी के साहित्य जगत को और साहित्यकारों को कि हिंदी के शिक्षक और शिक्षण को साहित्य से जोड़ना बहुत आवश्यक है और उन्हें उचित मान्यता और सम्मान देना हमारा कर्तव्य है, हमारा दायित्व है। तो आइए मैं थोड़ी सी रचना प्रक्रिया के विषय में बताता हूँ। एक कहानी है इसमें, एक कहानी है इसमें जो इस पे रंग भेद के ऊपर है। और उस कहानी की जो मुझे प्रेरणा मिली वो शंकर जी पटना शहर बिहार में मिले। मैं पटना की यात्रा पे था। ये बात उन दिनों की है जब शिल्पा शेट्टी यहाँ पर बिग ब्रदर में भाग ले रहे थे। तो मैं टैक्सी से उतर रहा तो एक रिक्शे वाले ने दूसरे रिक्शे वाले से कहा, एक गांव के ठेठ गंवार लोग हैं, उन्होंने उनसे कहा कि बिहार में शिल्पा शेट्टी पर रंग भेद की टिप्पणियाँ हो रही थी, मुझे याद है। और शिल्पा शेट्टी जो कहीं से भी सामने या काली नहीं है, वो एक बहुत खूबसूरत दूरी की महिला है, लेकिन उनके ऊपर रंग भेद की टिप्पणी होती है। तो वो रिक्शे वाला दूसरे रिक्शे वाले से उस प्रसंग में क्या कहता है कि अंग्रेजों के मुल्क में जाएगी तो काली तो कहलाएगी। और ये वो बात मेरे ध्यान में बसी और उससे मेरी इस कहानी ने जन्म लिया अस्वीकार। दूसरी कहानी है कशमकश। वो एक मजाक में जो मित्रों का मजाक होता है, वहाँ से उसकी प्रेरणा मिली कि हम कुछ मित्र बैठे हुए थे तो उसमें मजाक में ये बात हुई कि भाई एक से संभाली दी जाती है, लोग 2-2 कैसे संभालते हैं। तो दूसरे मित्र ने कहा कि हाँ ये बात तो है, 2 नाव पे पैर रखकर चलोगे तो मुश्किलें तो आएंगी ही। तो उसमें तीसरा कहता है कि भाई एक नाव चलती तो 2 पतवारों से ही है। और वहाँ से ये एक 2 संबंधों की बात मेरे ध्यान में आई और मैंने इस डायलॉग को संवाद के रूप में अपनी कहानी में प्रयोग भी किया। और इसके अलावा मैंने कहानियाँ लिखी हैं तो कहने को बहुत कुछ है, लेकिन समय की सीमा में बनते हुए मैं आप सबके प्रति अपना शुक्रगुजार और आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। और मैं बहुत विशेष आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ हमारे कुलीग आरुष का, कि जो पल तो मेरे साथ रहे और आने के पूरे कार्यक्रम में पूरा का पूरा योगदान दिया। और मैं बहुत से एक बार पुनः बधाई मुबारकबाद भी देता हूँ ये आशा केंकर जी को, शंकर जी को, कि आप लोग यहाँ मेरे कार्यक्रम में पूरा बैठे रहे और आपका आशीर्वाद और स्नेह मेरे लिए बहुत मायने रखता है। इन शब्दों के साथ आप सबका बहुत बहुत आभार। अब मैं अदिति जी को बुलाता हूँ। अदिति आप यहाँ से मंच में, और डायना तो ले नहीं पाएगी यहाँ से, शेयर करना जॉब, तो यहाँ से आप ले।
मेरा अगला निवेदन बिल्कुल ही जिन्हें देख के ना सिर्फ पसंद आता है, बोली आ जाती है। अनामिका जी, आपसे निवेदन है कृपया मंच पर आए और आज लंदन पुस्तक मेले में हिंदी भाषा के गौरवशाली इतिहास और आशावादी भविष्य के बारे में हमसे 2 शब्द साझा करें। नई नई दादी बनी अनामिका जी को 16 तालियों के साथ हमारा आमंत्रण।
किस भाषा में बात की जाए? I really don't know. I have friends like Ifioma who won't follow Hindi, but still, किस भाषा में बात करूँ? This is one dilemma that overpowers us all the time, because we are living in a world which is still to be connected by a subliminal bridge. And we are all doing that in our small ways. Aditi, this little girl I've seen growing up like a little flower. She's bloom now, doing little and great things together, representing her father and the great institutions that they lead. And Padmeshji also has been an old friend. I've always seen him, stepping aside with large wondering eyes, noting every detail of what is going around. And now that I see his book and I read the details, I remember the details of his poems. Like he had a long poem that he was talking about how short stories get turned into long poems. And long poems have a narratorial quality about it. This is what happened with major writers sitting here. This is something that happened with the advent of modernism. It was a great, great earthquake where all the structures crumbled down. And from narration, we had the linear narrative crumbling down, and we had self-reflexive narrators, emerging like Cheshire Cat from different ends. Verse in poetry, what collapsed? Rhyme and rhythm collapsed. Not rhythm exactly, but point. In architecture, doom collapsed. And in painting, landscape and portraits collapsed. And we had symbols ruling all over. Dadaism, Surrealism. So the boundaries actually broke. That's why I call it an earthquake. When boundaries break, this is what happened. We have 2 books coming up in 2 languages. This is the multiplicity that we are all looking forward to. I was just wondering what to read and what to say about these stories. And apart from what Padmesh said, I have to read one last bit of the book I'm carrying in my hand. And there you have the simile of, in Bhagavad Gita, you must be all aware of it. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a reference to the body being a tattered cloth. So this is something very known to all of you. But he has reverted it very beautifully, and this is what she asked me to talk about Hindi literature. Hindi literature is something like Hindi culture. He made a very, very important statement when he said that we have the same worldview flowering into different religions, and we have the same literature flowing in different languages. Similarly, we have this whole Hindi literature, though it began from the same, when Chaucer was writing Canterbury Tales, Vidyapati was writing Priya Mora Balak, Hum Taruni, Chiyalali Godak, Chalali Bazaar. In 15th century, when Langland wrote Religio Medici, we had people like Tulsidas, and in 14th century we also had Kabir Das. So in 15th century we had people like Kabir Das writing about, how he also breaks the boundaries by writing in the language of the people. He was a Sanskrit scholar, and he has given a beautiful rhyme in the beginning, rhymes in the beginning of Chopais in Sanskrit, but thereafter he switched over to the language of the street. Avati, one of the dialects, like your Googie, who was the first one to say, okay, we'll also employ our language of the people, because Googie won. Then in the 16th century also, when we had Shakespeare here, we had in India all kinds of major writers, beginning from, Rahim, Kanan, Khana, and to Bhananan. It's a long, and we had this movement called Bhakti movement. And we had the Sufis coming over. I was traveling in a taxi today, and when I met the driver there, this is a fact, he was from Turkey. And he told me, this is my last day in England, I'm going to sell off my taxi, and I'm migrating to Vietnam to live in a bamboo cottage. So this is what he said, and this is what happens when the boundaries collapse. So even an earthquake is something that we carry in our hearts all the time. And then even earthquakes have their advantages. So this is, now I'll not take much of your time, I'll definitely, so what has Padmesh done? He has said, he has reverted, he has played with the intertext of Bhagavad Gita, and he said, the Bhagavad Gita says that we are just wearing a tattered cloth and someday we'll walk out of it. And he said, okay, but he says we are housed in a body and like a tenant, and someday we'll walk away. But then he says, but this body is our real identity. Now he has reverted the whole idea, he's reverted the whole text. This is how you play with intertextual, intertexts that are traveling around you. So Indian literature and Hindi literature has been working wonders by extending its hands all over. Hindi has been the language of the freedom movement. So it's always believed in connecting people. You all remember E.M. Forster. The last line in Howard's End, only connect. And this is what people like Aditi, Padmesh, Ashaji, this is little girl, Dush, everybody, Vidyatyaji, Theophilma, Kaji, everybody is doing that in our small ways. We are all doing that, trying to build subliminal village, bridges all over. Thank you so much for being there.
support. Thank you, Anamika ji. I'm just underlining a very important fact. What is happening right now, this moment, is going to be registered in history, because I think it's for the first time in the London Book Fair that we have Hindi literature being launched at some scale, whether small, medium, big, I don't know, but at some scale. And none of the other language spheres are doing it yet. I think behind all historical moments like these, there's hard work of so many people that have gone in, quietly gone in for decades. The hard work of Sadhmesh ji, who have quietly since 3.5 decades, nurtured the Hindi art in the UK, and the hard work of a person I'm going to now invite, who is being the go-to address for all Indians who had anything to do with UK, and has opened her home, her kitchen, her purse, her heart, her whole life. Please give a huge round of applause to Divya Mathur. Please join us.
Since Hindi has to be represented here, तो मैं हिंदी में ही बात करूँगी अपनी। ये सारे अतिथि हैं यहाँ पर, बहुत सारे लोगों को मैं जानती हूँ। तो सबसे बड़ी बात राधिका जी को हमने अभी बताया, स्टार्ट किया है और हमारी रिविजन कर रही अतिथि और परवेश जी आज इनका लोकार्पण हुआ है और आज से पधारे हमारे यहाँ बैठे हैं विवेक रंजन श्रीवास्तव, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। मैं बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं कुछ कहूँगी, लेकिन किसी करीबी दोस्त या उसके लेखन के विषय में बोलना बहुत कठिन काम है। परवेश जी न केवल मित्र हैं, अपितु हिंदी से जुड़े हमारे विभिन्न परिवारों का अभिन्न अभिन्न है। इनका एक पाँव ऑक्सफोर्ड में और दूसरा तक कहा होगा नहीं कहा, इसलिए इनकी रचनाएं भी वैश्विक हैं। परवेश की बेहतरीन कविताओं से हम पाठक बहुत लंबे समय से परिचित है। वैश्विक समस्याओं और प्रसिद्धि परिस्थितियों को नज़दीक से देखने और समझने की उनकी परख काबिल तारीफ है। लगभग एक दशक पूर्व उनकी पहली कहानी डेड पढ़ती ही मैं कहानीकार के रूप में उनकी प्रतिभा को जान गई थी, किंतु हिंदी के प्रति उनकी प्रतिबद्धता और व्यावसायिक जीवन की व्यस्तता के चलते उनकी कहानी प्रकाशित हुआ है। देर आए दुरुस्त है। परवेश की कहानियाँ समाज संबंधों, सांस्कृतिक विविधता और राजनीतिक दंगलों से लेकर धर्म और नैतिकता तक अनेक आयामों को समेटी चलती है। डेड एंड का गतिरोधक पाठक को दुविधा में डाल देता है, तो कश्मकश कहानी प्रेम और रिश्तों को खुले पद को देता है। इंतजार कहानी का ट्रीटमेंट निहायत अलग है, किंतु अंत डेड एंड जैसा ही हृदय विदारक है। जातिवाद और रंगभेद पर आधारित कहानियाँ तिरस्कार और कब तक अहम और हीन भावना का मंथन करती है। एक छोटी किंतु महत्वपूर्ण कहानी है तुम्हारी शिवानी। पैसों के बल पर अपनी पुस्तकें छपवाना और संपर्क के सहारे पुरस्कार पाने वालों की दुनिया में पंडित जी जैसे लोगों का साहित्य आज तक अप्रकाशित क्यों हो जाता है? जैसे सामयिक प्रश्नों से जूझते लेखकों की दुविधा से हम सब वाकिफ हैं। वैसे ही जैसे हिंदू मुस्लिम मसलों पर आधारित संवेदनशील कहानी तब तक और एक डिस्लेक्सिक और फ्लैट फुटेड बच्चे के संघर्ष की गाथा याद करा। ऐसे मुद्दों पर कलम चलाने के लिए परवेश जी को साथ दिया। समाज में जागरूकता लाने के लिए इन विषयों पर जितना लिखा जाए काम करें। परवेश के बहुआयामी व्यक्तित्व और विश्वव्यापी अनुभव उनकी कहानियों को विशिष्ट और मौलिक बनाते हैं। उनकी रचनाएं समाज और संबंधों की गहनता और जटिलता की व्याख्या करने का काम करती हैं। उसके लेखन में कहीं भी तथ्य का भाषा का आलंबन नहीं है। यह संग्रह डेड एंड से आरंभ होकर पुनर्जन्म पर समाप्त होता है। डेड एंड के बहुत से विकल्प हैं और यही इस संग्रह का हासिल है। मैंने सभी कहानियाँ पढ़ी हैं, लेकिन उसके बारे में विस्तार से फिर अंत में मैं वाणी प्रकाशक को साधुवाद देना चाहूँगी कि उसकी वैश्विक उपस्थिति के कारण हमारी मन में पहुँच रही है। और हाँ, एक खुशखबरी और अक्टूबर में मकायन द्वारा लंदन में आयोजित भारतीय हिंदी सम्मेलन के दौरान अरुण जी ने माहेश्वरी जी ने प्रवासी लेखकों के 2 संग्रह निकालने का संकल्प किया था। उसके संपादकों में से एक के रूप में मुझे ये बताते हुए प्रसन्नता हो रही है कि इसका प्रथम खंड शीघ्र ही प्रकाशित होगा। मुझे विश्वास है कि परवेश जी की बेहतरीन कहानियाँ पाठकों को अवश्य प्रभावित करेगी। एक बार पुनः लेखक प्रकाशक धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दिव्या जी। और अब कार्यक्रम के अंतिम पड़ाव की ओर मैं अनुरोध करती हूँ शिखा वार्ष्णेय जी से कि वे मंच पर आएं और हमसे 2 शब्द साझा करें। और इस बीच एक ये भी बात कि प्रंकित हमारे बीच आ गए हैं। शुक्रिया प्रंकित फॉर जॉइनिंग अस, मीन्स अ लॉट। धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए शिखा जी।
Thank you, Aditi. First of all, I thank you all to be here. And मुझे धन्यवाद ज्ञापन देने के लिए कहा गया formally, so I'll start there. It's my honor and privilege now to give a vote of thanks to those who helped this event happen. First of all, the publisher, Vani Prakashan, NBT, and the lovely lady standing here, Aditi, without her, that have been there. And then all our speakers who spoke so nicely about the books and the authors. Parmesh ji, thank you very much for this lovely book we have today. मैंने किताब अभी तक नहीं पढ़ी है, आज ही लॉन्च हुई है, बट आई एम श्योर कि जो स्पेशल एलिमेंट परमेश जी का पोएट्री में होता है वही इस कहानियों में भी होगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने खुद कहा कि ये जो कविताएं हैं वह लंबी कहानियों के रूप में इसमें आई हैं। अगर मुझे कहा जाए कुछ कहने के लिए तो आई जस्ट से इन वन सेंटेंस लाइक यू से इन हिंदी, गागर में सागर। बहुत सारी महत्वपूर्ण बातों को सिर्फ थोड़े से शब्दों में बहुत गहराई और महत्वपूर्णता के साथ, अर्थपूर्णता के साथ कह देना परमेश जी की खासियत है, जो उनकी कविताओं में झलकती है। और मुझे विश्वास है कि इन कहानियों में भी वही होगा। इसी नोट के साथ मैं परमेश जी को, आशा जी को उनकी किताब के लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई और शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ, और आप सभी को इस ऐतिहासिक पल में शामिल होने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच ऑल ऑफ यू।
किसी भी आयोजन के सफल होने में उसकी टीम का बहुत बड़ा हाथ होता है। माय टीममेट्स इन दिल्ली, Diana, thank you. Arush, thank you so much. Our friends at the National Book Trust, Kanchan ji, she's just gone for a meeting, Dr. Malik, and of course, the President of National Book Trust. आप सभी लंदन के बाहर से सब यहाँ जुड़े हैं। ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण क्षण है। Thank you so much. We really hope that we make it a bigger presence next year with more amount of books, new books. Also, just an important announcement. This book is, I think there's going to be an earthquake in London Book Fair if I'm just going to say it aloud, but I think I must. It has been translated by artificial intelligence and edited by a human genius. So, do read it and do let us know how how do you find a human interventive machine functioning? We'd love to know. Apart from that, on 17th April 2024, in New Delhi, we are celebrating the 61st year of Pani Prakashan. I've known, thank you. I've known that Padmeshji is going to be there. My invitation to all of you, any one of you who is planning to come by India or to just be around that time, do let us know.
17th April, Delhi.
17th April is the date, New Delhi. You're all invited. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think we all should have photograph with Ashaji here.
All the speakers.
All the speakers.
All the speakers.
Can we have all the speakers here?
Steve, Anthony, Shifa, Dan. Like this.
That was a wonderful speech.
Are you all there? No. Everybody there?
No, I don't
One chair here. That will make a smaller and
Right.
One second.
Just a second.